obviously that first quarter was not ideal for you guys, especially defensively. Obviously Draymond gets thrown out, so things could obviously change no matter what. What changed for your guys to play the defense that they did down, for the rest of the game?
Yeah, the game settled down for us, after the first quarter. I mean, they came out, lights out, shooting. We made a few mistakes and, gave them, some open looks. And then we buckled down defensively. The middle quarters were fantastic defense. And then, they broke free a little bit at the end, but we were able to hold them off.
Steve, you talked a lot this year about the importance of crashing, about being active on the boards. The bench had 12 offensive rebounds alone, and I think it was a team 26 second-chance points. Do you feel like you guys have really made progress or improvement in that aspect of the game?
We have, yeah. The last few weeks we've made good progress in terms of, getting our offensive rebounds going, the crashing, which helps the transition defense. And then, tonight was really fun to watch Gary and Guy. And, Guy doesn't play the first three quarters and then has a great 6 minutes. He's a perfect bench guy. He brings energy, makes big plays. And obviously Will, putting him back in the rotation, wonderful to see him play the way he did. He was fantastic.
I was going to ask, what did you think of Trace Jackson-Davis's performance?
Trace did a good job. He's played really well the last couple of weeks. Just defensively, he's a force out there. And I just thought the whole bench really came in, did a great job.
Steve, obviously at this stage, any win feels good, but winning a clutch game, is that a little bit more satisfying because you guys have struggled in those games?
Yeah, for sure. We've lost a bunch of close games. Some of them, the breaks haven't gone our way. The other night, the air ball from Brooks goes off the side of the backboard, and tough call. And the one in Philly, same thing, air ball. Last shot, offensive rebound. So we've had some bad luck, but we know we have to execute better down the stretch too. Tonight we didn't execute well, especially defensively. We gave up some open looks, and the three-point play by Book, with about a minute to go is we can't do that. We can't have a full court press on and let them break free and go right to the rim. So we have a lot to look at and learn from.
Steve, Steph actually just acknowledged that he gets nervous when he needs 2 free throws late in a game like that, and so he smiles and mentally enjoys the moment and just tries to relax. Maybe is that it? Can he be an example for everybody? If even Steph gets nervous?
Everybody gets nervous. If you don't get nervous, then there's something wrong. That's when it's time to retire, and so that's a big part of it for every player is. Learning how to control the nerves under pressure, be mindful and take a deep breath. And Steph's as good as anybody at that, obviously.
What did you think of the Draymond ejection, and how did you?
I thought it was weak. He was yelling at the refs, so he definitely deserved one. But then, he's walking to the bench and he yells something, and the second technical. We just saw a guy on their team literally punch Steph in the stomach and the other night. And premeditated, punches him in the stomach, no ejection for that. And then, 2 nights later, the refs got upset with, some words from Draymond. I totally disagreed. And that's why I got my tech, because I was furious that they booted him out just like that so easily.
You mentioned it within there. How upset were you guys the other night with that Brooks foul?
Yeah. How can you not be upset? This is a guy who broke Gary's elbow in the playoffs, clotheslining him with one of the dirtiest plays I've ever seen. So it's not like there's not a track record there. And it's right there. They look at it. I don't know what the point of replay is if you're not going to kick a guy out for literally punching somebody. It's bizarre to me that he was not, first of all, ejected from that game and then suspended or fined. Nothing. So apparently you are now allowed, this is my take, you are now allowed to premeditate a punch of any shooter who's left, defenseless. You can now take a swing at him and know you're just going to get a flagrant one. So I don't know, maybe we'll do that. but probably not.
Speaking of Brooks, he got that third foul right before halftime. Did that kind of change any of your strategy going forward?
I thought that was a
to
key
target him?
play of the game. He fouls Steph on the three, and then we get the rebound, and we end up with 4 points, and felt way better at halftime. So that was a huge play.
Did you try and target him on defense, knowing that he is in foul trouble, to try and maybe get him out?
Brooks?
Yeah.
No, we weren't targeting him. He's a good defender. We were trying to spread the floor, get their fives, and pick and roll. And I thought Iguodaro did a really good job of staying in front. Steph made a couple tough shots over him, but they're a tough team. I have a lot of respect for Phoenix for the way they're competing this year. Jordan is doing a great job with them, and Brooks is a guy who. He gets under your skin, but he's a really good player, and he brings an attitude, to a team. And so I'm very impressed with what they're doing.
Steve, just to follow up real quickly, did you guys talk to anybody at the league office about the Brooks foul the other night?
Yeah.
What was the explanation?
No comment. Yeah, that's private. Yeah.
Specific to Draymond, when he leaves the game, what do you think changes the most offensively when he's not on the floor?
What changes the most? Well, we spread the floor a little bit, with QP when he's at the 5 and Jimmy's at the 4, so we start isolating more with Jimmy, and we missed Draymond's pick and roll game with Steph, the dribble handoff, all the stuff that they do. So it changes the game. But we've adapted pretty well this year. When Dre has missed games, our guys have settled in and done some good things offensively.
Tonight was the first time since Buddy became a Warrior that he registered a DNP.
Yeah.
Was that a premeditated decision, or was the
Well,
way
I
played?
replaced him in the rotation with Will. I told him beforehand I feel terrible. He had a streak of 199 games in a row, and it's one of the longest streaks in the league. And one of the things I love about Buddy, he's there for you every single night, and he's the greatest teammate ever, and just an amazing spirit and key part of our team. And it felt terrible not to play him, but I sat Will the last 5-6 games, and we needed to get him back out there, and you could see why. Buddy's time will come back around. It always does. He's got the right attitude. He's going to keep working, getting shots up, and I know things will work out for him.
Steve, is
Is
it fair to say Will went 6 for 7 because you sat him and you knew how to motivate him to have a breakout game?
Yeah, it was all me. It was all me.
You've talked about, like, you're playing a lot of guys, and over the course of the year, like, that's part of it. When do you say during the season we got to get this down to, like, the guys, the 9-10 guys?
As soon as you're comfortable with two-way lineups, the ability to have lineups out there that can defend and score, and you're able to put together those lineups throughout the game for 48 minutes, then that's when you can say, all right, we're playing these 9 guys or these 10 guys, whatever it is. We haven't found that yet, and that's why you're seeing all the mix and matching. We've got some overlap with some players. I feel comfortable playing any of them, as you can tell, but I would feel more comfortable if we got to a regular set rotation. But I'm hoping that we can get there here, the next couple weeks. But I'm also aware that when we get there, you guys are going to be asking me about the 4 players who didn't play and why they didn't play. So that's what what's the benefit of what you guys do. You just, whatever happens, just, ask questions. That's right.